In one of my previous videos and one of the blog posts that I wrote, I talked about the idea of respecting those who have passed and being careful to ensure that we speak kindly and nicely to not abuse their memories to other people. I spoke about the idea of grieving and that we need to let people grieve because that's just something that people have to do. It's something that we know that they have to do. We recognize that. And I bring that up as a sort of a preface to the thing that I want to talk about today. Today's 5-minute summation, by the way, today is Monday, the 21st of 2020, and it is, the start of a new work week for most folks, so I hope you're doing okay with that. But I wanted to speak about the idea that whether or not we like it, life goes on. And where I believe that you should typically not speak ill of the dead and be real careful about that, even when you're able to say things that are true that you could say about those individuals, I don't think it makes any sense to do that. But the point is, whether we like it or not, life goes on. Obviously, the people who are dealing with the grief and the sorrow and the pain of losing a loved one, those individuals are going to need time to get back to where they were before, and we can hope that they reach that place. It's not always true that they do. Lots of people never really totally get over the loss of another human being, and I understand that, and I'm not trying to, again, kind of downplay that. But at the same time, look, it's reality. Life goes on. And what I want to relate that to the situation with the Supreme Court and the loss of Associate Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Look, whether you agree with the president or you don't agree with him, he has a constitutional mandate to make sure that when a member of the Supreme Court dies, he replaces that member with somebody who he believes to be competent to fill that position. And the thing is, even Justice Ginsburg, at various points in time, has basically made the statement, yes, this is the case. The president, he or she, should be doing that, and when people try and sort of tell him that he shouldn't, they're really not doing anybody any kind of favors. Come on now, you have to, when you're in a workplace and somebody passes on or leaves the workplace, you have to replace that individual. It's not something that you can not do. You have to do it. You can make the argument that he should wait until after the election so that whoever the new president is may make that selection. But here's the thing. President Trump was duly elected via the Electoral College. That can be considered pretty much a mandate for him to act as president of the United States. There are people who would like to argue to the contrary, and that's their right. They can do that. It's within their rights to argue that the president is not good or that he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing and so forth. But of course, just like in any other situation, the way the United States typically works is you got to prove that. You have to prove that. You can't just say, oh, he's doing this wrong, oh, he's doing that wrong. And here's the problem. Up to this point, nobody can point to anything that he's done that makes it so that he can't sit in the office where he sits at this point in time. In November, people will have the right to repudiate or applaud his activities. But for now, he is where he is. So what I'm saying here is, firstly, the president has a right. In fact, he has more than a right. He has a duty to put a new, not appoint, but to select a candidate for the Supreme Court. Right? There's time within the current term for that to be the case. I heard something somewhere say something around 45 days was the average time period for a justice to be confirmed to the Supreme Court. And we should assume that he's probably going to do that and that it's reasonable. And that's no slight on Justice Ginsburg. It's not intended to be. It's not intended to be laudatory, and it's not intended to be spiteful. It's just how the world works. Okay, I'm out of time. So let me go ahead and tell you about my social media accounts. I have a blog at blogs.kpschubert.com. I have Twitter, Parler, and Minds.com accounts. My handle there is at kpschubert. That's at kpschubert.com. I have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is Kurt's Religion and Politics. I have a Patreon account. It also is Kurt's Religion and Politics, should you decide that you want to support me. Having a little bit of problems getting my blog posts posted there at this point, and I'm not sure what I'll do about that. I also have, a little bit new to me, a Rumble account as well, and I have a channel there. It's Kurt's Religion and Politics. So, having said all of that, have a great day. Hopefully you'll have a good week as well. I'm hoping my week turns out to be a good one. I don't know if it will, but we can always hope. So, but anyway, as I say, have a great day, and hopefully we will see you again tomorrow.